Yo, when you're starting something, don't overcomplicate things. Don't overthink, don't overanalyze. Just start, Whether that's with music, basketball, it can pretty much apply to anything. At first, you may not know what you're doing. You may not know how to work an instrument. You may not know how to shoot a basketball. But through repetition, you are going to get better with this. The more hours, the more time you put into something, is the better that you're going to become. You don't have to be great to start, but to become great, you have to start. And don't rely on motivation to always pull you through. Because sometimes, some days you're not going to be motivated. It's just going to be pure will that pulls you through. In the days that we don't feel like doing something, you don't have to force yourself to do anything. But sometimes those days that you don't feel like doing it and you actually end up doing it prove to be useful in that thing. So just get started. That's the message today. Even if you don't know where to start, even if you don't know where you're going, just get in motion. Because slow momentum is better than no momentum. If you can't do 20 push ups, just do 5. Keep doing it over and over and over until you are able to increase your reps. Like I said, that can apply to anything. Just keep going, keep flowing. Don't let fear stop you from creating. You really have to come to trust your art and trust what you provide. Because if you're out here overthinking, it's going to stop you from ever creating. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about how people perceive you. Because if you do that, it's going to keep you in a box. And it's going to have you scared to ever make a move. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Don't overcalculate. Oh, I got to have this equipment. I got to have that. I got to have this. No, you don't. Just work with what you have until you can get what you desire. You don't need a fucking A-plus studio to make a great song. You can make a great song in a bathroom with a microphone and headphones. It's been done before. We have to stop making excuses for why we aren't doing things and just get it done. You could always get something done if you are willing to do so. The only thing that can stop you from getting something done is your lack of will. There is no force, there is no power of anything that will stop you from getting what you desire but yourself. You are your greatest enemy and you are your greatest friend. You are your greatest ally. But that choice is up to you. Are you going to stay in your own way, or are you going to move out of your way and allow things to come to you? Are you going to allow blessings to come to you? It's up to you. Create without expectation. To create without expectation is to not worry about the outcome or to attempt to fit into some type of box or category with your creation. Your creation is just simply you flowing. It shouldn't be something that you overthink or something that you overcomplicate, because it's real easy to do so. So make sure you're actually just enjoying what you're doing. Make sure that what you're doing is soothing to you. Because if you set up an expectation, it's kind of like setting a barrier up in front of you. Instead of setting up an expectation, think of what would happen if you didn't have an expectation. The possibilities would be infinite. An expectation is like limiting yourself to one particular outcome. Why do that when you could experience a lot of different outcomes? So most of the time it's just us getting in our own way. You know, stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be an achiever. You know, there's really nothing to achieve. You know, it's cool to have ambition. It's cool to have love for the things that you do, but don't get caught up chasing a status or an accolade. Don't get caught up in the grind. You know, it's more to life than that. And I'm not saying not to go get what you want. I'm just saying that make sure you're enjoying this life, man. Always. Most importantly, you know, it really doesn't matter what anyone says or does. As long as you're enjoying this life, as long as you're cherishing this life, you know, just do the things that make you happy. Do the things that make you feel at ease. That's a good way to figure out what you should be doing, you know. Because honestly, once you find your passion and you pour into it, you're going to get paid to simply be yourself, to do what you love to do. And you know, that's up to you to find that passion. Don't allow other people to find that for you. That's something you're going to have to find. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Just figure out what it is that you truly enjoy to do. What do you do that feels like play, man? When your work feels like play, when your art feels like play, that is a beautiful thing, you know, because you aren't caught up trying to be a perfectionist. Me, myself, I've done it in the past, getting caught up being a perfectionist, and this will lead to procrastination and you not wanting to get shit done. But don't be a perfectionist. Trust yourself, trust your work, because your work is just something that comes from God. Your ideas come from God. So trust it, embrace it. You know, there's only one you, so let yourself be heard. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be celebrated. Create with no expectations. You know, don't expect your song to get a certain amount of streams. Oh, my song didn't hit 1,000 the day I dropped it, so that shit just hurt my pride. It hurt my ego. You know, just do the shit because you love it. Not for the hand claps, not for the views, not for the money, not for any of it, but the simple action or the feeling of love itself, you know. That's why I'm gonna end the video. Y'all have a beautiful day.